The same.
There you go. Okay, already, yeah? People are starting to comment.
Okay, we are live now.
Can you say something?
Yes, hello everyone. We'll be live in a few
That's your
minutes.
mic. Hi, hello.
This is a little louder.
No, it's off. It's not on. Take it down. It's the left knob, left knob beside the yeah.
Hello. Test. Hello. Test. Hello everyone. Apology for a few minutes for final setups for the sound and the cameras.
It's okay. Yeah, it's windy. You can get it closer, get the camera closer. It's okay.
Is that are we going to be able to use that one? Is this work? Do these things work? Hello. Volume needs to come up a little. Okay, good.
Hello. Test. Hello.
Hello.
Everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Test.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes, this is good now.
Yes, I need
А мы видим? Найти просто по ссылке. А? Нет, мы видим их трансляцию.
Okay,
Let's do this.
let's do it.
Hello everyone. Namaste and thank you for waiting. Feel free to leave your comments under the comment bar. We have Lisa, our school manager. She will be taking care of your comments and she will be updating us. So first of all, I will send you lots of love from Bali, from House of Om School. We have this special webinar to add what's happening around the world from spiritual and holistic point of view. At this time of uncertainty, at this time where lots of fear that's happening around the world, the most what we need is more love and peace. Here at House of Om Bali, we choose yoga and meditation as a way of living, as a way of transmitting love and peace to the whole world. Today we'll be addressing how yoga and meditation can improve our life in different way. How yoga and meditation can improve our health, our immunity, how we can breathe better, how we can sleep better, how we find our inner peace, release fear, anxiety, and stress, how to find direction at this time of life, how to accept and be in gratitude and find our balance. Before I start, I'd like to welcome my team members. We have Piwi and we have Rohel.
Hi, everyone.
Piwi and Rohel are the main lead teachers in House of Om schools with more than 20 years as journey being yogis. Piwi and Rohel as well, they are lead teachers for more than 10 years, leading training for teachers and different other workshops. If you like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi. My name is Piwi Sanchez. I've been training yoga teachers for the last 12 years since 2009. And I just moved to Bali recently. I've been out in Dubai, and I teach mostly 200-hour and 500-hour courses. I also do energy work and Himalayan Kriya Yoga. I also do teacher trainings in aerial yoga. My specialty is anatomy and energy work. And I'm also the lead teacher for the new meditation yoga teacher training that we're going to be having in House of Om.
Thank you.
Thank you, Piwi. Rohel.
Namaste, everybody. My name is Rohil, and I'm from India. I have been practicing yoga for a number of years now. And for me, the passion to share this knowledge really comes from sharing the principles that underlie in the yoga philosophy and making our asana practice and all aspects of our practice to be a lived experience where we are going on a path, on a journey of transformation through understanding the self, but also through understanding others, through understanding blockages in our environment and things like that. I think we live, especially today, in times of uncertainty, times of rapid change. And I think yoga is an amazing tool to help us, first of all, center, ground, and also give us the tools to be able to surrender, to be able to transform, to be able to shift our inner reality when everything outside of us seems to be collapsing. I am also doing the yoga teacher training here at House of Om, and we are excited this month to go online with our new training. I look forward to seeing some of you there.
Thank you, Rohel. And my turn to introduce myself. My name is Wissam Barake. I'm Syrian originally, founder of House of Om Dubai, House of Om Bali. I'm a hypnotherapist, life coach, yogi, and energy worker, light worker, and at the end, student at this life. I would like to share with you something very special at this time. This time, it's a hard time. This time is not easy time. All of us, we look for good time in our life, and at the good time we look for, but when is the time that we go to God more, in the good time or the hard time? When the time that we are more disciplined, in the good time or in the hard time? When the time that we take care of our diet more, in the good time or in the hard time? When the time that we are in our toes, when the time that we are give the best out of ourselves, when it's a hard time? In the hard time, we are more disciplined. In the hard time, we tune more into our heart. In the hard time, we look at the God more. In the hard time, we are out of our comfort zone. So let's use the quality of the hard time to put it in the normal and the good time. Whenever in the good time, we take things for gratitude. Whenever in a good time, the happiness make us lazy. When you are happy about what you are having, you are happy about your body, you are happy about whatever you have, somehow this make you lazy. Let's be grateful and have gratitude to the hard time. Now at this hard time, all of us, with no exception around the world, we are giving the best out of ourselves. In the easy time, we take our health for granted. We are lazy. We are just eating whatever because we consider ourselves as healthy people. But now, in this hard time, we are more careful about our diet. We are more conscious about our immunity system and about detoxing, about all what we do to raise our energy. In the easy time and the good time, we are more successful, and we are successful, and sometimes this give us some ego. So how we can use the quality of the hard time when we are in our toes and moving and trying to find a way in this life? How use this quality in the hard time and use it at time. So let's be grateful. Let's be grateful for whatever happening around us. Let's start with this attitude of being grateful and accept whatever happening in this world and take it for the best out of us. Many of us start reading books. Today will take you through different journey as a human being body point of improve different in our physical body. So I would like to introduce to you our physical body. We can to improve our physical.
So when we as a boost important. So when we as a boost important that we parts or aspects or functions within our many years of. And so the first thing I'd like to speak about, we have a sequence on YouTube circulation. Why our cardiovascular circulation is important for us is because it's transporting blood around our body, and this blood carries with it vital nutrients, minerals, vitamins, red blood cells, white blood cells that help us to stave off a virus. It helps us to fight. So especially if we are not moving, if we are, especially most of us are locked down at home and we are maybe sedentary, sitting on our, it helps us to fight. So especially if we are not moving, if we are, especially most of us are locked down at home and we are maybe sedentary, sitting on our chairs all the time, or not doing any form of movement that's chairs all the time, or not doing any form of movement, that circulation gets impacted. So if and when we do get a sickness or a disease, we have a lesser capability to fight or stave it off. So this is the first thing why yoga becomes important, is because just the circulation, just the cardiovascular circulation. The second, the lymphatic circulation, which is happening through the lymph nodes, is the lymph nodes are responsible for removing through the lymph nodes is the lymph nodes are responsible for removing toxins, removing some bad germs, bad bacteria, bad viruses from our body. This is the responsibility of toxins, removing some bad germs, bad bacteria, bad viruses from our body. This is the responsibility of the lymphatic system. But now, what tends to happen is that in the cardiovascular system, we have the heart, which is a pump. So the heart is sending the blood into all parts of the body. Even if we are sedentary, somehow the blood will reach, unless we are, of course, have habits like smoking and other things which create blockages in the arteries. But the lymphatic system doesn't have this pump. So there's nothing to pump the lymph nodes and to move the lymph around the body. So if you're just sitting around lymph around the body, so if you're just sitting around all day, you're not going to be able to move any of that lymph. All that toxins and all the things get stored in the body. So it's very important to activate the lymphatic system that we do some form of movement. And yoga is a great way, because we are really working on all different aspects of our body when we are doing these movements. Apart from that, in this sequence that we have put up online, you can find a lot of exercises focused on strengthening our core and strengthening our pelvic floor muscles. So these two muscle groups, the core and the pelvic floor, are closely linked to each other. So when we practice in a way to activate the core, the pelvic floor, these muscles, they are important to regulate our endocrine system. So our entire endocrine system is has different glands around the body. There's the pituitary gland in the head, the pineal gland, the thyroid gland, the adrenals above the kidney. So all of these glands are supporting our health through the endocrine system. So when we have, say for instance, in a highly stressful situation, our endocrine system becomes active, boosting our body with cortisol to deal with that situation. But now, what tends to happen is most of us have too much cortisol in our system. We have too much of this flowing, too much of this stress hormone. And this, over time, there have been numerous studies that have found that cortisol actually leads to if too much cortisol leads to actually immunorepressive response. So what that means is our immune system becomes repressed or weak in the process. So there have also been numerous studies that have found that just by doing exercises to activate our pelvic floor muscles somehow has an effect on the entire endocrine system. So maybe just for a second, if all of y'all can just come to sit on the ground, I just show you one exercise that's really good. It's a good way to activate the pelvic floor muscles. Apart from Kegels and using the bandhas, doing bandha work, those are also really good exercises. This one, you're just sort of sitting in a wide-legged child's pose with your knees as far apart as possible. So you're bringing your knees really far apart and you're sitting on your heels with your toes touching each other. And from here, you're just going to lift up the hip up into the air and you're sort of trying to squeeze the knees together. So you're lifting the hip, tucking the pelvis, and squeezing the knees together. Just doing this, you can even do this from your bed every day. You can do this in a few sets. So you can do it for 5 seconds and then relax, and then do it again for 5 seconds and then relax. These kind of exercises really have a big effect because most of us today understand that our core is very important for our health, but not many of us understand the importance of these pelvic floor muscles, which in my opinion are even more critical to our health than our core. So I would really, because especially in times where we are constantly bombarded with news and stressed, this helps us to calm our endocrine system. Now, another thing I wanted to speak about is the linkage between our endocrine system and our nervous system. We will also address the nervous system in the future of this webinar, but the nervous system, it sends information, but it also activates the endocrine system. So the way our hormones are being produced is also linked to our nervous system. So by doing yoga and by doing meditation for the physical body, but also for the mental, emotional, it's impacting our physical body by calming down the nervous system. And that has an ripple effect on our emotional body as well as our mental body. And this is that it basically regulates the way we are producing certain hormones. So when we have a nervous system that is constantly on high alert, is constantly in flight and a fight and flight response mode, when we are constantly reading the news, constantly in fear, constantly in anxiety, our nervous system, when we are constantly reading the news, constantly in fear, constantly in anxiety, our nervous system is in this kind of it's producing this adrenaline, it's producing hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, all these hormones that are helping us cope or deal with stress. And so when we can do yoga and meditation and calm down the nervous system, automatically different hormones are produced by the endocrine system, like serotonin, dopamine, things that allow us to relax, to feel grounded, to feel calm. So this is why I feel in today, especially in this time, it's so important to do an asana practice for our physical health and everything. I feel like our body is a temple, and this temple is more important now than ever when it is being attacked by this virus. And so we need to really focus on how we can make this temple sacred and strong. And from, I believe, from the physical body, can everything else will blossom out of it. So once we have a strong pillar or foundation, then we have also the mental, emotional, other aspects of our life that help us, that can support our being.
We'll have link in the comments of the YouTube chat where you can find the full exercise, the full class with Rohel. It's 1 hour and few minutes. You can do it every day to boost your immunity system, especially, and to strengthen your body in general. Thank you, Rohel. Yeah, the second part, which is one of the limbs of yoga, is pranayama. And pranayama is the life force energy coming through our body with the breath. We would like to give some highlight about this.
Yeah. Okay. So
Highlight about this.
yeah. Okay. So interesting question that a lot of my students throughout the world have been asking me for is a pranayama sequence for corona prevention. So I've created a 1 hour pranayama class to help us stay healthier during these times. Rohil has talked about physical body, and how boosting your physical body can help with your immunity. But I'd like to talk about another body, which is the energy body. And pranayama is asana for your energy body. So it does what postures do to your physical body, to your energy body. So the energy body is a network of energy channels that are flowing through your body, but actually they go beyond your body. We have energy channels that connect us to the earth. We have energy channels that connect us to the stars. And we have energy channels that connect us to each other. Now, when talking about immunity and the prevention of disease to each other, now, when talking about immunity and the prevention of disease in general, what we really need to understand is that we're not separate from nature. If you look at the pattern of the spread of the virus, you will see clearly that it's impacting more urban communities. And if you look at the third world, there's not much spread or not much lethality there. My theory, it's just my theory. I'm not a doctor. I'm a yogi. But from the yogic perspective, if you feel yourself cut off from nature, you have a problem because then you start feeling the need to defend yourself from everything outside. When in fact, everything outside is you as well. We're all the inhale and exhale of God. We'll talk about that later. So if you feel disconnected from the earth, that's the pelvic floor that Rohil was talking about. That's so vital to health and immunity. When you feel disconnected from the earth, this force of protection floor, when that's cut off, our immune system goes down. Above that, we have the solar plexus first. And the solar plexus is our link with the energy of the sun. So what does the sun do to us? It gives us the vital force, life force. Without the sun, we die in 5 seconds. So if the sun gives us life force, and the solar plexus is the sun in you, you need to strengthen this area as well. Because when your solar plexus is strong and you're able to absorb and connect with the sun, this helps you to keep your body's energy very high and helps you to detox. Above the solar plexus is the heart space, which connects you with everything. Now, once you feel disconnected from everything, like your friends, like your neighborhood, your community, your relatives, your family, you're stuck at home, the heart space actually closes a little, and this leaves us vulnerable to a lot of, let's say, attacks, which isn't really the way it is because we're connected with everything, but we don't see that. So we're getting attacked. Once you feel attacked, your frequency shifts into negative mode. Above that, we have our connections to God and the universe. What happens if you're stuck in an apartment and isolated? You feel separate. It's this sense of separation that blocks you energetically. So what to do now? Through pranayama, we connect again, reconnect, replug into the earth, replug into the sun, replug into everyone. Even though you're not physically with them, you can still feel them in your heart. So this pranayama sequence that I've created actually tackles these 3 problems. So first, we work on Muladhara with a breathing exercise that strengthens your pelvic floor as well. Then we go for Kapalabhati, which is an important breath technique for not only detoxifying your body, but keeping your gut running very healthily. So we can do it all together, except those of you that have hyperacidity or ladies on your periods, because it puts so much fire in your system, and it's this fire that burns away all the impurities in your body. So if you're not suffering from those situations, we can do Kapalabhati. If you've never done it before, first you need to we can do Kapalabhati. If you've never done it before, first you need to sit straight and lift up from your lower abdomen. Now, if you put your hands on your belly and you exhale, the belly should go in. So the way I exhaled is I exhaled briskly. I exhaled briskly. Pretend you're blowing birthday candles. As you see, my hand is going in because my belly is going in. So you're like pumping your abdominals. So if we do like 10 rounds together, everyone take a deep exhale. Then take a deep inhale, and you can put your hand on your belly if you want. Drop your chin, and let's do 10 times. That's it. So beginners use your mouth until you learn how. And then when you get used to it, you can use your nose. So right now, we're just learning. So we're going to use our mouth, and later you can use your nose. You can do up to 100 times. In fact, it helps you lose weight. If you do a lot of rounds of Kapalabhati, you'll actually lose weight. So that's a very interesting side effect. So if you're stuck in your apartment and you're concerned about not being able to go to the gym, and you master Kapalabhati, you'll actually start to drop the pounds. You just sit there while you're on Netflix and you do your rounds. Okay, there are other pranayama also in the Corona prevention series to help open your heart. But what I really want to talk about is how holding your breath can help you self assess whether you need to go to the doctor or not. Yeah, so we have something called the square breath, sometimes called the box breath, which is also in the pranayama series. And if you feel like when you do the box breath, you should be able to hold your breath longer and longer every day. If for some reason your breath starts to become shorter and shorter, the breath holds. This usually indicates that you need to seek medical.
Actually, it's one of the symptoms that whenever you are having any kind of virus in your body, whatsoever, you can just do simple exercise in good shape. So we'll have just deep inhale and hold it. You can and release. This is just
And I hope you enjoy it. I think we're going to share.
one of the physical body that we, and we will share the link that you can but meditation for let's have the music a little higher.
Yeah,
Let's have the music a little higher.
yeah, maybe. Close your eyes, your back straight. Make sure inhale through your nose slowly and mindfully. As you exhale, open your mouth and release. So gently relax and soften your body. You can even sigh a little. You become more comfortable. With each exhale, let's release the thoughts in our mind. Feel free to sigh a little. Now close your mouth and breathe in and out of your nose. Continue to observe the way your breath roams through your body. With each inhale, feel the breath penetrating deeper and deeper into you. And with each exhale, releasing any tension or agitation. Let's move our breath awareness to different parts of our body. As I name the body parts, breathe into them with the intention of relaxing. Let's breathe down into our right leg from the hips to the toes. Relax the whole right leg. Breathe now from the hips to the toes on the left leg. Feel the breath in your left leg and feel it relax. Your legs are relaxed. Breathe into your torso, chest, and back. Relax your torso, chest, and back. Torso, chest, and back are relaxed. Let's proceed to the left arm, from the shoulder to the elbow to the wrists and the fingers. Left arm is relaxed from the shoulder to the elbow to the wrists and the fingers. Now going for the right arm. Send your breath down the right arm from the shoulders to the elbows to the wrists and to the fingers. Feel your breath flowing smoothly from right to left through your eyes, even your tongue. Feel now how your whole body is relaxed. By relaxing your whole body, you get the energy needed to overcome any disease, any virus. Relaxation is the key to staying healthy and happy. Now, allow your body to remain silent and still, like a stone on the earth. Your body feels solid and quiet. Your breath is the only movement inside this stillness. Pay attention to your breathing. Allow your breath to be slow, deep, and even. Allow your belly to relax and breathe into it. Exhale and slowly draw your belly in. Breathe with me. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3. Last. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. You may keep doing this breath pattern if you like. Or you may go to a normal breath and observe how the breath pattern has shifted your inner awareness, your mind stream, and how breath is flowing through you. Now, let's dive deeper into the cellular matrix of your body, into the cellular level With your breath, take a deep dive into your body and feel each cell of your body gathering energy, nutrients, and vitality from your breath. Each of your cells has an intelligence of its own, and it's influenced by your mind and moods. Positive mind gives vitality to your cells. Let's visualize ourselves as strong, and our immune system will respond. Imagine your white blood cells in your body now. Feel them. Become one of them. Establish a connection with them from your heart to your white blood cells. Send your breath from your heart into all the white blood cells of your body. With every inhalation, feel the white blood cells of your body filling with light and energy. With each inhale and exhale, feel with each breath how they glow brighter, more vibrant. And with them, your immune system grows stronger. Send love from your heart to all your white blood cells. Thank them for the job that they're doing. Continue breathing. Visualize them efficiently doing their job. See your body strong, an impenetrable force. Feel the energy, strength, and security within. And while you feel this, silently, with all your cells, repeat the following affirmation. My immune system is powerful and effective. No disease can affect me. My immune system is powerful and effective. No disease can affect me. Let's feel this to be true. Let's stay here for a few more moments. Let's take 5 more breaths. Now slowly become aware of the ground underneath you. Feel the air on your skin. Wiggle your fingers and maybe touch the earth. And exhale. And come back to external awareness, tuning in to the other sounds around. Let's take our hands together in Anjali Mudra. Through this merit, may all gain omniscience, may it defeat the enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the oceans of suffering, may all beings be free. Namaste. Hope you enjoyed that.
Thank you, Pee. It was so powerful. And it's interesting how we will check our heart rates, our heartbeats. How is it now versus when we started this webinar is big shift. And before meditation, you can do this self-awareness. Maybe you can put the timer of your watch. Just put the time of inhale and exhale. You can do in 1 minute in normal breathing, and you will see yourself if you are above 10 full rounds or below. Usually, some people that they are in anxiety and worry, they are shallow breathers. When you are in your center and you are in meditative state, you have deep breath. There is a saying said, our life measured with our number of breaths. So when you came to earth, you came with this number of breaths. If you will be in anxiety and you will be breathing, for sure your life will be longer and in peace more. Thank you, PV, one more time.
Yeah, and I think we have the audio clip that we're going to share as well in our page. Yeah.
So for those that they joined us recently, my name is Wissam, this is Biwi and Rohel. We are here to give reflection from the point of yoga and meditation, how yoga and meditation can improve our life. Usually, in day by day, we take things for granted. We take it as um, easy. We take it without consciousness. Now, in this hard time, it's time to reflect in our health more, in our spiritual practice more, in our connection with our family and community more. Again, we are different bodies and we need to put attention to our different bodies. We are not just only living in this matrix with kind of closed eyes. In spirituality, to be conscious is the key. In spirituality, to be the observer, to watch your body physically, to take care of your body, to take care of your emotions, to take care of your mental. But at the end, you are not your physical body. You are not your emotional body. You are not your mental body. Just to watch and observe your thought. Yes, what's happening is challenging, but we have space to reflect on what we are having. We are not moving in the matrix anymore. Somehow the matrix broken. If you imagine yourself in the movie The Matrix and how the people moving like without consciousness, and when Neo is moving opposite of the matrix and many people they are not conscious, they don't see him, they somehow bump shoulder to shoulder but they keep moving in the matrix. Let's choose now, the matrix is broken, everyone is conscious now. Just imagine it, the whole matrix, all the humanity fall down and get broken. Now it's a time to get our upgrade. It's time to self-reflection. It's the right time for awakening. It's the right time to reflect in different bodies, starting from your body. If you don't believe in anything of spirituality, of religion, or whatsoever, take care of your physical body. Take care of your diet. Take care of your. We have broadcasts for different kind of practices for different kind of benefits. So again, we address so far our physical body. Rohil showed us some asana for to increase immunity. With Piwi, we did pranayama. That you will have full pranayama session in our website, and there is some immunity boost meditation that you can download and you can play it every day. That will help you to sleep better. So guys, take care of your body physically. Take care of your breathing. Take care of your sleeping and see how you sleep. There is different techniques we'll be sharing with you for sleeping later on. But I'd like to invite Rohel to put some light about detox and how at this time is the time that we need to take care of our health much more. We need to take care of our diet much more in general, not in just this hard time, but we have special practice and special recipes for immune.
Also, a very important thing, which there's an ancient Ayurvedic proverb that says that if you are eating healthy, you don't need a doctor, and if you need a doctor, you're probably not eating healthy. So, a root of our health comes from our diet. We are eating 3 times a day. All the cells in our body are made up of the food. We are sort of transforming that system. I can just do it in a week. It takes time, and you have to build up to it with time, with a taking a long-term perspective. From an Ayurvedic perspective, we have basically Ayurveda is always saying that each person, we cannot sort of recommend something dietary for everybody across the board, because each person has a different internal system, and so we must cater to that internal difference when we are recommending any dietary recommendation. So when we speak about our own self, our own what actually differs amongst us, modern science has found that each one of us has different bacteria in our gut. So you would actually be surprised to know that we are more bacteria than we are human. There is more bacterial organisms in our body than we have humans. You're born, your habits, what kind of foods you eat, this bacteria is very different for different people. And so when you mix, say for instance, I eat rice with some lentils, and now all three of us have our gut bacteria. It produces a different, according to Ayurveda, a different rasa for each one of us, a different juice, which is unique to each one of us. And so through diet, what we are attempting to do is we're trying to change our gut bacteria. So, according to Ayurveda, this gut bacteria is really important in fending off any kind of disease. When the body is under immense stress, it's actually our gut bacteria that help us to sort of stave off the disease, to fight. And it's also nowadays, a lot of us that the gut is very closely linked to the brain. There's a gut-brain connection. So, it is imperative that we focus on our gut so that we also have clear thought, we have clear energy system, our and we don't think negatively. So sometimes also the kind of foods that you're eating affect the way you think, affect the kind of thoughts we allow into our mind, affect the kinds of emotions that are happening. There is a very strong connection between our emotional body, our mental body, and our gut.
So that's it. Like it's recommended not to have antibiotic unless you really, really, really need it. And many people can go for antibiotic like garlic and onion and other things. So to keep our healthy bacteria in our system. So guys, don't get freaked out about too much over. mm, be panic about being in immune, being like to have your immunity high, you need to kill all the bacteria around you. So, guys, our skin has healthy bacteria. To keep using sanitizer every few minutes, you are killing the healthy bacteria that keep the balance and keep the balance of pH in our skin. So, please take care of your health and don't exaggerate any practice.
So in the document that we have on the House of Home page, which is talking about different recipes and different things to do for, please check that out. Some of the recommendations given there, of course, are very generic, which are applicable for most people across all age group, etc. One last thing I would speak about is, apart from what we've given in the document, which is to have more probiotics to increase our bacteria, to also have more vitamin C in the diet, to have more root vegetables, root herbs, you can say, like turmeric, ginger. All of these are very strong in terms of dealing with boosting our immunity or taking out sort of, they are purgative, so they move uh, toxins, bacteria in our body that are not meant to be there. Another thing I would really suggest is to have more adaptogenic herbs. So according to Ayurveda, when there is a period of stress, either physically, mentally, emotionally, it's good to start supplementing our diet with these adaptogenic herbs. Some of these herbs, the two best herbs, and Brahmi. We will also post this in the comment section so you can have a view and maybe you can get these adaptogenic herbs. Ashwagandha really helps physically us to adapt to changing circumstances, and Brahmi is a nervine tonic which helps our nervous system adapt to stresses. So I would really say that at this time to supplement these adaptogenic herbs with your regular diet.
Yes, just there was some new information for me that Rohel said, and I want to double check it. How many gram or kilograms of bacteria in our body? Is it 4 kilogram? Because you mentioned it's 4 kilograms or 4 grams.
I think there's a book called 20% Human. You know about that book? There's a book called 20% Human where we're 20% human and
And the rest
and the
is
rest is like bacteria and microorganisms. This is like a scientific
It's
book.
pretty much,
Yeah.
I think, 4.5 kilograms.
okay. That's okay. Interesting to know. Okay, thank you, Rohel. Yeah, so we are addressing our physical body from different point of view, and guys, use this in the normal days. Just even, I'm sure this thing that happening around the world will finish sooner or later, and I'm sure maybe soon one of the scientists will say eureka that I found it. So let's all pray and send our energy for all those medical teams practice in our day-to-day life to keep taking care of our body in physical in different way as a strength, as asana, as pranayama, as immunity, in all aspects that we can do to improve our health. So this is the first part that we address our physical body. The second part that I would like to share with you is our emotional body. So, guys, thank you for your comments. We have lots of comments coming in. Lisa from our team, she will be addressing some comments with us. Join us, Lisa.
Hello everybody, my name is Lisa. I'm behind the computer replying to all your comments, so thank you very much. First of all, I would like to apologize for all of the connection interruption. I know that some of you are trying to follow and have hard times following all of the meditation and all of the discussions we are having now. I just posted now on the chat a link where you can register and get all of the free materials, including the meditation from Piwi, the Ayurveda tips from Rohil, and everything that will come now. Continue speaking to me. I wish you all a good webinar, and I'll be back soon. Bye.
Thank you, Lisa. So we cover the physical body. We will move with our emotional body. And something I'd like to share with you, our physical body in general follow our emotional body. There is a lot of studies, and one of the most famous one was for Lewis Hay, how our thoughts and how our emotions affecting our physical body. There is lots of study about different feelings related to different part of affecting. Do you know?
Worrying, it depends what kind of worry, but it's probably down here.
Yes, it affects the stomach. So
Yeah.
some people that they worry so much, they get ulcer. They get ulcer from worry. And my grandmother, she knows it. She knows that every time like she's worried about something, she's getting this kind of ulcer. So each emotion can get reflect in our body. You know, fear. What body can? What part of body? Fear affecting our.
Under the heart.
Yes, mainly our lungs, our fears, grief affecting the
heart
lungs, and it
and
can
the
affect
lungs.
our kidney and anxiety. So all emotions can affecting different part of our body. So we need to give more and more acknowledgement and understanding of our emotional body. Our sadness is a feeling related to expectations. So every time you are sad, think what was my expectation that it didn't happen and reflect within. It's not about other people that make for other people behavior that make you sad. When we are angry, anger is a feeling related to fairness. When other people do something not fair for us, we feel angry and we need to act upon it. When we feel different feelings in our body, how we detach from these feelings, how we detach when you are angry, different than when you are aware that you are angry. So we will move to the second part, which is our emotional body in more relaxing mode, more relaxing kind of physical body. And this is again, Rohel, he will talk about some asana, especially for to release negative emotions.
Yeah, thank you, Wissam. What you said was very interesting because even in Ayurveda, we have the same concept of the root cause of all illness coming from the emotions. So our emotional body carries the root cause of all the illness, and then it sort of manifests after that. Like to bring up to our attention that our body, our physical body, is an amazing sort of tool which is storing lot of information. Our physical bodies through the DNA stores information of our ancestors, of not only our ancestors but our entire evolutionary pathway, where from being fish to becoming vertebrates, to becoming apes, to becoming humans. All of this information is somehow stored in our body. Our body additionally also stores a lot of information linked to trauma, linked to emotional issues, mental issues, difficult, challenging situations that we've had in our life. All of these things get stored in our physical body as well. Um, there have been a lot of studies recently done on the fascia. The fascia is a connective tissue, a web-like connective tissue that, interestingly, if we had a particular trauma, we find that some people with this trauma have fascia which is blocked in a certain way. Or, for instance, somebody right before the trauma, if you look at their fascia and you look at the fascia right after the trauma, you find that there is some knotting or some process that's happening in the physical body just from that trauma that only you would have expected to be solely emotional. So there is a strong linkage between our emotional body and our physical body. The sequence that we have created for yoga to release negative emotions, this sequence has a lot of back bending. When we do back bending, we are opening out our energy system and sort of coming into the world. We are embracing the world, coming into our own power, coming into sort of coming away from fear. So when we always have this tendency when we are sitting in front of the computer, or our normal posture tends to be closed. Our posture, we are sort of forward folding in this closed, heart closed space. This this posture also, many scientists who are studying the sort of linkages between neuroscience, the nervous system, as well as our physical body, are understanding that this posture, when we are doing this, we are causing actually ourselves to let in more of depression, more anxiety, more of these negative emotions, negative thoughts.
Yes, exactly. You know, we because we will never be happy and looking down. So whenever, like usually, whenever you are happy and cheerful, your chest is open, your heart, your eyes are gazing and looking up. When we are sad, we walk down, we put our head down. So this asana and what Ruhul is about talking about is the opening the chest, the heart, and look up with the sky to connect with the God and the universe.
Completely true, yeah. And I think another aspect also that we have in our sequence, we have some hip openers, some very relaxing hip openers where we are staying in the postures for a long time. When we do a hip opening practice, it allows us to come into this flow, into surrender, which is something that is so important at this time because nothing is under in our control. Nobody on planet Earth right now is in control. Everybody has sort of lost control, and something external to us has taken over in that sense. Control and not suffer by letting go of control, because we have no control over our life, over our future. Now, when we can begin to surrender this control, we can start practicing it through our hip openers itself. We are then capable of, regardless of what is happening around us, what is changing in our external circumstances, we can find an inner core of power, of peace within us that is unfazed, untouched by anything outside of us.
Thank you so much. Part like we'd like to connect to.
So Wissam, on what you were talking about of how worrying is here. See, when we worry, what happens here? It knots. Yes, it gets knotted. When this happens, we're blocking to the earth is cut. Our ability to adjust its situation, which is here in the hips, is also dysfunctional, and so is our ability to stay healthy and vibrant. So there's a simple breath technique. It's not even pranayama, it's like how to breathe. A lot of us have this worry knot here, and what happens is we end up breathing like this. You see that all the time, right? And then you get a pain in the neck, pain in the shoulder, and you go to the masseuse, but you're still breathing like this. So it doesn't really help you at all, and you're still worried. You still have a high anxiety level in your body. So it's very easy. I'm gonna ask Rohil's help. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this cushion on his belly. All right. Can I have a block? Does anyone have a yoga block? What should happen when you breathe in and you're not anxious? So we're gonna using the diaphragm. If you breathe a deep diaphragmatic breath. See how the block's going up? And as he exhales, the block's going. And then you exhale and you push out the block. When you do this, you're not really taking a full breath. What should really happen is as you inhale, the block goes up, and as you exhale, the block goes down. So you can call this belly breathing. And this is really, really good to release anxiety. Once I had a student, he's like sales manager. And during month end, he just go nuts, right? And he had such a big knot there. And I taught him this. And then it really helped him a lot in his life. So when you're feeling really anxious, lie down, play some nice music, breathe this way. This is only will you release your anxiety thought you had, which means you'll eat less and you can drink it for enjoyment, not to keep you alive. Yeah, because this will keep you alive better. Thank you, Rohil.
By practice, it will be autopilot in your body. How we breathe deeply, how we breathe from belly button. You know, something like I learned and I added as a practice. Every time I have a weight, bank, or I am at any waiting, I'm thankful and grateful, and I use it for meditation. Say thank
really
you for
great.
making me waiting, and I use
Yeah.
this time for breathing. You know, the most simple meditation is can be 3 seconds when you put your awareness to your breathing, which is meditation. So at any moment that you feel you are conscious, and remember, even you can put a reminder in your mobile to breathe. So at least 3 to 4 times a day, have a conscious breathing. Just it's simple. You can reflect within, close your eyes, and have some belly breathing, slow Ujjayi breath. If you know how to make Ujjayi breath while locking your throat or Jalandhar Bandha, and you have slow inhale for a few times. Whatever state you are, it will calm you more. If you are waiting in the traffic light, if you are just having any talk that is kind of with someone and irritating you, just connect to your breathing and will take you to different state. So guys, remember to breathe and remember that your life measured with number of conscious breathing that you have, and you can prolong your life in a healthy way by having more conscious and deep, slow breaths. One part in the emotional body is we created special meditation that Pee-wee as well will take us. Will change the music to special music for we designed this music. Actually, we didn't design it. We took it ready from some sources,
Music.
and we are adding it to certain affirmation that we put together with Pee-wee.
Okay, so while we're changing the music once again, I invite you to sit comfortably. Back is straight. As before, or if you're joining us for the first time, let's inhale through our nose and just exhale through your mouth any tension you might be feeling. Keep your head aligned with your spine. Breathe slowly and mindfully. You may exhale out your mouth to soften. Think of softening the edges of your body. Gently relax into the seat or floor underneath you. With each exhale, inhale through your nose and exhale to release the thoughts in your head. Then you may open your mouth to do so. Feel free to sigh a little as you let go of the thoughts in your head through your breath. Let's do this for a few moments. Breathe through the nose and take a very slow and deep inhale and a mindful and even slower exhale. Simply allow your breathing to become slower, but especially the exhale. With each breath, make your exhale even slower than your inhale. And if you want on your own, you can do a 4-count inhale and an 8-count exhale. Let's do this for a few moments. 4-count inhale and an 8-count exhale. And if something seems to get in the way of your breath, open your mouth as you exhale slowly and feel it leaving. Continue to breathe in this manner or come to a more comfortable breath pace. But keep observing your breath, access to your body. And as you take your slow exhale, observe how you feel emotionally. We're stressed because we don't hold space for ourselves. Let's now lovingly hold space for ourselves and recognize how you feel. If there's a feeling like fear or anxiety present anywhere in your body, label it and put it in a little box or a little globe of breath. It's just something in the present moment that is remain. But yet we are still here holding the space for ourselves. And in this space is this emotion. Feel this reality. This emotion is here. Anxiety is here. Fear is here. But you, now from this emotion that we've labeled, we've put in a box of breath, maybe you can give it a color or a shape. See which parts of your body seem to be responding to this emotion. Which parts of your physical body do you feel this emotion? How is it expressing in your body? Notice where you feel it more strongly and be aware of whatever sensations it's creating. Just observe objectively. Don't label good or bad, just observe. And most importantly, accept that you feel this way. A visual image can be any image. Release all resistance towards this emotion. Instead of fighting this feeling, let's accept and face it. Let's have a conversation with fear and anxiety. Now that you've given it a visual look, come face to face with it, speak to it. I see you. I feel you. I see this. You can be as loud as you want. Spit out all your horror stories. I'm just gonna sit calmly and I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna hold space for you. Speak. Let's make a conscious decision to let go of this emotion. in your own way, using feel all bodily sensations of the anxiety. It's never you. Along with the bodily sensations. Now, focus on all the holes.